Well, good morning and welcome to another Wine Steward video. It's good to see you, except I can't. I've got these stupid things on, so I'm just trying to get in the spirit of things. I'm actually trying to summon sunshine. I'm doing everything possible, wearing shades indoors, putting rosé on the wine bar menu, and I'm not even wearing pants today. So I'm doing absolutely everything possible, even embarrassing things, to make the sun come out. I should be doing a sun dance of some kind, perhaps, but it's gonna happen. The weather people have said it's gonna get sunny, it's gonna get warmer. Did you see the forecast for the whole next week? We're finally in the 70s and even 80s. Yes, I've been waiting for so long to put a all rosé flight on the wine bar menu. I wasn't gonna do it on a cloudy weekend. Well, this weekend will not be cloudy, and therefore, our first of 2023 all rosé flight on the wine bar. 4 of these beauties are imported by one astute importer of rosé. Jeff Welburn brought over the first 4 of these in the flight. Saint-Roch from Provence, another wine, Tiboran. Tiboran's the name of a rare grape in Provence, rare but really great for rosé. Why is it rare? Because the farmers are not overcommitting to Tiboran, because it's not dependable. It's not a dependable crop, and farmers don't like undependable crops. Makes a good rosé though. So it is isolated in this bottle called Tiboran, named after the grape. The third wine comes from the Loire Valley. It's made entirely of Cabernet Franc, as you might know or think. And finally, well, not finally, because there's a wine after it, but finally from the importer of rosé, Jeff Welburn, we have Clos Alivo, which comes from the island of Corsica, and it's made entirely of Neoluccio, which may be Sangiovese, maybe not. I love these arguments. And you can even say that Corsica is Italy, but it ain't. It's France, but it used to be owned by the Genovese, so let's fight about that too. No, it's a happy fight as long as you have a glass of rosé in your hand. The final rosé that I haven't mentioned yet is Cochon from our friend Adam Webb. So yes, it's domestic, and it is also fittingly colored. He has been working on rosé for very many vintages now, and is a master of rosé, I would say. There should be a plaque up on the wall. Master of Rosé, Adam Webb. And this comes mostly from a vineyard called Bechtold Vineyard out in Lodi, which is the home to the oldest Cinsault, not in just California, but in the entire world. They have identified these vines as being the oldest Cinsault grapes. They're not over there in France, they're there in Lodi, remarkably. So that is the rosé we will finish the rosé flight off with for this weekend. And let's tell you about other things that are going on in the wine bar. I'm not going to describe absolutely everything. Yes, there's a sparkling wine of the week. Yes, there's beer on tap. But let's just say that the Red Flight is committed entirely to wines of Italy. We haven't done that in a while, so let's just show you 2 of them really quickly. One you've probably never heard of. This is a grape from Sardinia, the other island just below Corsica in the Tyrrhenian Sea. And it is made of a grape called Monica, whatever. Kind of like, anyway, there's a couple of songs I think I'm trying to think up, but I can't. Monica, really delicious, very affable red wine, pizza wine, you could call it. Delicious, have your first Monica at the wine bar. And anybody named Monica gets a free taste of it, how about that? And here is the new vintage of Las Pinedas Nebbiolo, Longue Nebbiolo, meaning it comes from very near Barolo, but not quite Barolo. These guys make fantastic Barbaresco and Barolo. This wine is grown very near there. Beautiful wine, beautiful set, silky textures. That's the La Spinetta way. They are masters of texture. They make the wine a little more accommodating for especially the American palate, I would say, all across their brand, whether it's their Barbera or their Barbaresco and so on. This beautiful Nebbiolo plays along. So try that out. That's it for what we're doing on the Red Flight. But just know that they're all Italian. They're all really good. They all visit different places on that country that is actually hardly bigger than Arizona, believe it or not. Think of all those grapes that happen there. Hey, yeah, here's this. This is something you've probably never had, just like Monica. This is Bombino. It sounds like an Italian clown or something, but Bombino is the name of this white grape as grown in Puglia, Italy. It's grown more precisely in the Castel del Monte area. There's a beautiful 13th century fortress there that is now a UNESCO heritage site. It's remarkable. Look it up. It's very interestingly shaped, hectagonally shaped, you could say. Castel, the castle of the mountain. So this wine region is named after that beautiful, I would call it beautiful, very interesting looking fortification. And this grape called Bombino, which you may never have heard of, is really refreshing and delicious. And it has a couple of other names. One of them is Paga Debit, which means pay the debts. This was a crop that was generally large for the farmer, and so it was a good way for him to pay his debts, they would say. Bombino the clown, or Paga Debit, whatever you want to call it. This is not on the wine bar. I'm just telling you it's a new white wine from Italy that we've just brought aboard. And Italy is wonderful and yet confounding with how many different grapes they have. It's impossible to know them all, remember them all, carry them all downstairs. So it's more like a revolving door. I mean, we'll always have great Sangiovese and Barbera and Nebbiolo. But what about all those other ones like Monica, so we just show you this, show you that, and we see what sticks, Sometimes you make us reorder things because they're working so well. So let's see if Bombino is going to be here for a while. Bombino, I love it. Well, we've told you what's going on at the wine bar, kind of. I want to tell you, beloved wine club members, and if you're not a beloved wine club member yet, well, we love you anyway, but we would rather have you as a member of our club. And what our club offers to you, unlike the winery clubs out there, and God bless them, we give you difference. So you're signing up a little bit more courageously for something different every time. You're saying, hey, show me, just show me. I know that you taste a lot of wine, meaning me. I'm tasting sometimes 150 wines in a busy wine tasting week in order to identify delicious difference, not sameness. So think about joining one of our 6 monthly wine clubs. Go to thewinesteward.com, read more about it, and know that besides the exposure to new things every month, you're getting 10% off all the wine you buy here. So that's pretty nice too, right? All right, so enough plugging for the wine club, except let's tell you maybe what some of the wine club wines are this month. I've identified 4 of them. I brought 4 upstairs. And let's just show you a white wine that the White Wine Club is going to get. We do 6 different clubs, as I mentioned, and only one of those clubs gets white wine. Some of you join up or move over to that club at this time of the year when there's the announcement that the sun will actually come out. And so, White Wine Club members, future and present, you are going to be receiving for your May Wine Club Montine. This is from Grignan-les-Arts-des-Mars, which is in the northern part of the southern Rhone Valley of France. So we're in the Rhone Valley, and if you want to know a little bit about the white grapes that are grown there, you need to go no further than the back label of this bottle, because this bottle represents not one grape variety from the southern Rhone, but from it represents 6 different white grape varieties. Let's see if I can remember them all. I'm not peeking. Viognier, Marsanne, Roussanne, Clairette, Bourbon, and Grenache Blanc are all represented here to the tune of maybe 10 or 15% each. Can't do the math, but this is delicious, refreshing, a little more soulful because it's grown in a warmer place. So, I mean, it just has a little more body to it, but it's clean. It's no oak applied to it. It's rich with sunshiny fruit, orchard fruits, we could call them. Montine, White Wine Club, you're getting this and another beautiful Sauvignon Blanc from the Loire Valley. A little more refreshing and zingy, that one. How about this? We have a club that used to be called the California Wine Club, and we realized, well, we're giving those members a lot of wine from Washington State and occasionally from Oregon as well. So that has been rebranded as the Pacific Coast Wine Club, but we are in fact visiting California. Another part of California, not Napa, Sonoma. We're going up to the Sierra foothills for this, what? What are you expecting? Barbera? Zinfandel, perhaps? This is Cabernet. I've never represented a Cabernet from up there. Not far away from Sutter Creek is where this is being grown. Bayaki is the name of the winery. His tasting room, I believe, is still in downtown Sutter Creek. Greg Bayaki makes mostly Rhone varieties, and yet I believe this is one of his first Cabernet works, and it's very effective. It's a 2016, so it's got some time on it, mellowing it out. It's right there with Cabernet flavors, but a little bit different because it comes from a different place. So I'm anticipating hearing good things from you about what you think of this beautiful Cabernet Bayaki. And let's tell you about 2 wines that are from Italy, but they're going to different clubs. This is something I never expected to be giving our least expensive club, which I believe we're finally arriving at a name for it, because we used to call it the Andrew Jackson Club way back when it cost $20. He's the guy on the $20 bill. And then the price went up to $25 per month. Now it's at $30. And we're not changing the name every time we raise the price. It's been 30 for several years now. But we just thought Tuesday Night Wine Club was a little confusing. We're going to call this the Curious Club. In other words, this is where you're dipping your toe into the water of our club scene to see if you like what we give you. And then you realize, okay, I believe you guys are finding value at this price point, and it makes you even more curious to maybe buy up to another club level. Curious Wine Club members, you are getting a wine that sometimes goes to the Wine Adventure Wine Club. It's that damn good. This is a kind of a baby Amarone. Amarone is made and grown, or the other way around, in northern Italy, near Verona, Romeo and Juliet's hangout. And Amarone is the most impressive and important wine there. It's made entirely of grapes that have been dried for several months. Well, in this case, they use those same grapes, make regular wine, instead of drying them out for about half of this blend. And then the other half uses the exact same grape varieties, but they do dry those grapes for about, 2.5 months, I believe. And then they merge those two wines. So you get a little bit of the Amarone effect without the $75 Amarone price. It's delicious and fruit forward and gentle on the palate. Many of you who are still wary of Italian reds because of their typical acidity or tannins or a combination of both of those resistance effects on your palate, you're gonna love this. It's much more juicy and round and affable. So very, very nice stuff. But how about something more classically Italian, as I would call it, with more of that acidity? That would be, I would think, Sangiovese, right? So to the World Class Wine Club goes this beautiful Vino Nobile di Montepulciano. Vino Nobile is a wine location, just like Chianti. In fact, it's a little south of Chianti and not very far away from Montalcino, where Brunello di Montalcino happens. This is a nearby hill town called Montepulciano. Little confusion here on the part of many who think Montepulciano is a grape. Well, don't be confused. It is a grape, but that grape proliferates mostly and is best made over the Apennines in an area called Abruzzo. So across the country from here is the grape Montepulciano. They grow a little here too, but the major grape here is Sangiovese and its various clones. This is Sangiovese Prugnolo Gentile, they call it, which sounds a little dirty, but I don't know, it's the sunglasses. The Vino Nobile di Montepulciano is a great expression, often comparable to Brunello di Montalcino, except in price. And we found you a great one here, you World Class Wine Club members. This is a 2019, which is a very, very nice year for the area in general. And so I had high hopes when I saw that vintage on this bottle that I was about to taste with Angelino. Our friend Angelino of Siena Imports sells us this. Good impact. I can already smell richness. Now, Sangiovese does not have to be rich. It should always be zesty, but along with that should come a little power, more power, if it's a more exalted Sangiovese like Vino Nobile or Brunello di Montalcino or Reserva Chianti Classico. Wow, where's the ribeye? That's lovely. That's going to the World Class Club. That's our plug for the wine bar. That's our plug for the club. That's our plug for all these rosés that have just shown up. And our plug for Bombino, the Italian, not clown. It's a grape. So come on, grab some, and we'll see you soon, and bring on the sun. Have a great one.